there is that to think about. I'll tell you what, let's just get a whole bunch of those because we already have admin access. Oh, never mind. Have more money? Nope. Create part of a new identity. Have more money? Nope. Falsify social security document. That sounds like the exact same thing. Same server. Another one of those. Falsify social security document. Okay. And since I have admin access already, I'll have plenty of time to do all this stuff too. It's gonna be great. Gain access to rival system and steal search. Ah, look at all these missions I'll be able to do all at once. As long as I have enough time. Film Machine says, I find there's quite a learning curve, so they gradually ease you into it. That's true. Like, it definitely gives you time to figure out what things do. But, like, eventually it gets to the, like, but, the things that you do that you're getting used to is just learning what keys go into what door. You know what I mean? The voice recorder process is quite a change, he says. I kind of disagree, though, because that's yet another key to another door. It's thematically very different, but it is ultimately yet another key to yet another door. So there is that to think about. Like, a lot of the times you don't end up doing very much different. Like, you just learn, okay, here's this. Do this every time you see this piece of security. You know, so, like, you just do that. And, I mean, it's very simulation heavy, definitely. So, like, if you're trying to simulate a routine hacking experience, then mission accomplished, you know? All right. Let's load up everything, plus that. Get into there. Connect. All right. What is this doing? Let's reset it. Trace tracker. Oh, yep. Okay, it is going. But we need to bypass the proxy. Otherwise, we can't make any changes. All right. But in the meantime, we can just get going. Tim Quayle. God damn it. Typing simulator. Tim Quayle, Christopher Grant, Ed Richardson, Scott Buckwell, Mac, Mark, and Duncan. Okay. Alright, so this guy is now employed. Commit. Next we need Christopher Grant. He is not dead. I'm so glad the Chris is not dead. The Chris is not dead. I'm so glad the Chris is not dead. Now we need Ed Richardson. This man is living too easily. Change his personal status to read deceased. Oh man, you're just a kid. You're just a kid. Alright. I think I'll do maybe like one more. I'm starting to... You know what? No, we'll just do 3 and 3. We'll do 3 and 3. Come on, log deleter. And I was revoked. Okay. That's fine, though. Let's do it again. I don't need to bother with the internet. Or internic. Not yet. Unfortunately, I now have to split my CPU power because I lost my password, so now I gotta do it this way. Password breaker, security, proxy disable. Get you down there, something like that, a bit like that. Go. So there's no traces as the proxy disable starts to work, but eventually it does. Eventually it just catches on, so then you can start the password breaker, which will start it immediately. So, here we go. And I'll respond to you in a minute, Film Machine, as soon as I finish these 3 names here. Right at the same time. How about that? All right. Scott Buckwell. Need to change you to employed. Search for... Oh, shit. Where's the second? Mark Lovegrove needs to read as deceased. We're getting hot. We're getting hot. We need one more, though. Duncan Shelley. Push your luck. Press your luck. Deceased. View logs. Log deleter. Get rid of everything. Closed. Closed. Just everything. Oh, I just fucked it up. I gotta go back in. I totally fucked it up. I deleted too many logs. Deleted way too many logs. One more into the social security database. So now I gotta clean up. Now I gotta clean up my mistake. Like, this is where the game actually kind of gets interesting. Proxy disable. Password breaker. Trace tracker. Go proxy disable. Like, this is like there's a little bit of critical thinking involved here, you know, where you finally get to like do something that is maybe a little bit less routine. Like, you screwed it up somehow, and now you have to think, oh god, how am I gonna fix that problem that I just caused? Because I deleted my login, but then I logged out, and now there's a login without a log out. Or no, a log out without a login, and that's not good. So now I gotta go back and do that. Alright, view logs. Yeah, here's the log out without the log in. I'll leave the current login and the log out. Alright. And now, Internick. You and I have some discussion to do before the passive trace completes. Log deleter. I'm not an admin. It's not the admin that you're looking for. Get rid of all those. And that. And that. Just login is fine. Great. Alright. We are done. That one was good. That one was good. Oh, I got a lot of emails for that. Okay, I'm now intermediate. It appears my Neuromancer rating has changed in view of your recent actions. My new rating is untrustworthy. Apparently, ruining individual people's lives is not good. It's not cool. But oh man, think of the money you can get. Think of the money. My new rating is now notorious. But look at all this money. So if you just want lots of money, you can totally just like wreck people's lives if you want, just like I just did. And let me tell you, I have a lot of money. I have 35,000 for that little string alone. Speaking of, let's go to, oh, not that one. Let's go to the bank, pay off my loan. I have mouths to feed. Don't talk to me about pride, you know? All right, there we go. All right, so Film Machine says, I think cracking these servers becomes so second nature that it helps later when you need a bunch before you try a bank, so you as a player feel a sense of progression through the repetition. In this case, the same process has become tense again because you naturally decide to take on more simultaneous jobs. I think the game does a good job of organically giving you more difficulty. Sort of. Like, again, we have to make sure that we are talking about the right thing when we talk about difficulty. Because difficulty is it's such a generic word by itself that, I mean, like, some people talk about difficulty in terms of, I need to grind more, or I need to spend more. Like we had this conversation over Dark Souls 2 just the other day, that like someone was like, oh, the game is more difficult because you need to gather a whole bunch of upgrade stones for your gear. That's not really difficulty. That's just time investment. So I find that when we talk about a game being difficult, you have to be very specific about, what you mean by that. See, if a lot of the stuff that you do in this game is very repetitive and very very routine after a while. You never really have to deal with the very rarely do you have to deal with like moments where like you're out of your comfort zone after a while. I think that what could have been cool is if unexpected things happened and you had to react to them. That sort of thing. Who knows? Maybe that actually happens later on. I didn't get very far into the game, and hopefully that kind of stuff does happen. I also want to briefly talk about the Neuromancer rating, because we just got a little bit of a... I am now notorious. Now that means that certain things will be open to me and certain things... It's basically a morality system. So, what I just did is I just did the highest paying jobs available, but that also involved, theoretically ruining people's lives. But what that means is that, I have to now do shittier missions. So this is a game that's definitely swimming a lot in its simulation in a lot of ways. Because, you make a choice. Do you want the money now, or do you want to have a good Neuromancer rating? But I don't know what that necessarily means right now. Should I care that I have a notorious Neuromancer rating? How do I get it back up? I don't even know. So there's a little bit of weirdness there. I'd like to be able to know how I can get it back up. But then that kills the simulation. Knowing how the system works kills the simulation apparently. So yeah. Film Machine says, did you play the story missions at all, Sam? They are out of the ordinary. I played some of the story missions. Mostly they have you doing slightly different things, but you still know how to do them. There's one where you have a virus that you can upload, and you're basically copying a virus from your computer over to another computer. So how to do these things. It's just thematically slightly different. Hopefully we get to one. I really hope we do, so I can show you what I mean. Let's go to the mission list again. Yeah, look at this. I can get even higher paying jobs now. It looks like they smoothed out the quote-unquote grinding curve, which is kind of nice. Film Machines, I guess it's if you didn't know how to do them, how would you figure it out, since the game is so unforgiving? Well, no, I mean, upload the virus to the computer is use file copier from your memory banks to a remote server. So it's kind of the opposite, but you can already kind of put together, this is what you got to do. They don't put you in a position where you don't know what to do. Because if they did that, all you need to do is you need to go to help and let's see, security systems, right? So here's the proxy. In case I need to know what the proxy was, here the game lays out in black and white. Here's what it is. It is to stop unauthorized users from modifying records or logs. System with a good proxy server will permit you to examine records and logs, but will not allow you to change them. So click on the button to disable the proxy thing. You will need a proxy disable. You know, let's talk about the firewall. You know, the prime purpose of the firewall is to prevent unauthorized usage. The firewall will stop you from copying, editing, or downloading any files. You will need a firewall disable tool in order to bypass that. So like, how to do things is always identical. All it is, it just boils down to, you know, like put up the key, the proxy disable. I should not click go right now because then I will be hacking the Uplink servers themselves and they do not like that. But put up the key, click the button to activate the key, disable the door. It's very keys and doors like. And very, very rarely does something unexpected happen that you have to deal with in a different way that makes you react to something, just like you examine the doors and you put in the keys. Now, to be fair, I haven't played any of the super advanced missions yet, but that is how this basically has worked the whole time, and I don't really expect that to change, considering that hi Kaiji. Considering that if I take a look at the software upgrades, like what's available, here's the firewall bypass, here's the firewall disable. The HUD connection analysis is a HUD upgrade that allows me to see what's going on the server. So that's kind of a new wrinkle, but it also helps me to see, that actually explicitly reveals to me the keys and that I will need. In fact, let me just buy that. 35,000. Is there other versions of it? Nope. Just buy that right now. So now I have a HUD upgrade. So check this out. It will explicitly reveal to me the keys and the doors. The machine says, have you done any of the mainframe or LAN stuff? That is the stuff that I'm most curious about, because that seems like it might be slightly different. I want to see what that's about if I can, but I don't know if I'm going to get there within 4 hours. So that's unfortunate for the sake of this Game Design Friday. But that is stuff that I'm very curious about, because I've been wanting to play this game for a long time. Like, I only played the shareware version, which has some of the story missions, and you can kind of buy some of this stuff, but like I haven't explored everything that this game has to offer. But it is definitely the case that all the early stuff is keys and doors. All right, so let's see here. Kaiji, get down. You're being annoying. We need some more stuff though. Let's get rid of that. I don't need that because I'm not trying to hack you. You'll be very angry at me if I hack you. I've never tried. That is the kind of funny thing though, is you totally can try, and whatever happens, happens. You know. So software upgrades. Wait, no, I want missions. The machine says she'll get a proxy bypass. Now they have a HUD analyzer. That seems to ring a bell. Proxy bypass. Actively bypass the proxy with security level of 1. All bypassers require a HUD connection analyzer upgrade first. How much money have I got? How big can I go? I need 20K for that. Monitor bypass. Okay, yeah, that's something I want. That's something I want. Let's see. This is only a difference of 2,000. So let's buy that. Most of what you do in this game is you kind of want to try not to buy redundancies of like, you know, upgrading your way through the levels of level 1, then level 2, then level 3. If you can, you want to skip level 1 because that's money out of your pocket. All right. So the monitor bypass. Well, like here, let me show you. Actually, I can log into the Uplink test machine, and now watch this. I'm gonna connect to it directly. This is the first machine that I hatched just to kind of get used to hacking. But what I can do, here's the monitor that basically like monitors for me to do doing shady things. But there, now it's disabled. And so now, even directly connected to it, where they would instantly be able to disconnect me, I could just put that on. And we're in. Now, as soon as I log in, then it gets mad at me because I'm not supposed to log in from that address. But you get the idea. So like a monitor can really give me a lot more time, just so I don't have to waste time in the very beginning with the proxy server and the password breaker. Like it'll basically it'll delay their active trace until I'm actually in the server. So that could be kind of useful. Alrighty. Gateway, software. No, we need some more missions. Client interested in financial data on an enemy. I want to say this is hack a bank. Who do you know? How secure is the target? Is this hack a bank? I don't know if I want to do this. Oh yes, I should probably do this. So the news server. So check this out. If we're doing a simulation, let's crank the simulation up to 11. So check this out. Government-run academic database hacked. The international academic database was compromised by a malicious hacker. Until today, the system was thought to be secure against this type of attack. It occurred sometime today at about 3 in the morning. The motives of the hacker are not clear, but it's thought he was attempting to forge qualifications for an unknown recipient. That sounds familiar. Government agents made it clear that they would not tolerate this action and have already taken steps to secure the database against future action. Now, you're not the only person who shows up here. Like, sometimes you just want to sit back and chill and look at the news, because as you do things, or as other people have, or as other hackers in the world, the simulated hackers in the world do things, they'll show up here. Sometimes commentary on the news, and it's all kind of interesting, you know, reading up in that news server. But we need a mission. Destroy customer records on a sales system. What am I dealing with? You may encounter proxy servers or firewalls. I need a little bit more money. I need a firewall disabler just in case. So let's clear a criminal record. 6,800. Oofta. Alright. Let's get that. Break into high security system, steal customer records. Help to discredit one of our rivals. This is also the GCD, Global Criminal Database. So we'll do that. And here's another one. GCD. Excellent. Alright. That's good enough for now. Let's do those 3 in tandem. Alright. Load up my connection. Pow. The hell was that? Why was I being traced just there? I think we have a bug, guys. That was scary. I've never had that happen before. Security trace tracker. Jesus. It's tracking me already? Alright. Crackers. Trace tracker. Log deleter. Password breaker. Go. Here's the proxy. I can't believe it's tracking me already. I've never had that happen before. Let's get the proxy server down, though. Go. Prioritize the password breaker for now. Alright, we're in. Now that thing can go. Search records for Scott. I can't read that. Wilders? Can't read that. Okay. Oh, he's already deceased. Interesting. Remove all records of his criminal past. Wait, I'm in the wrong server. God damn it. God damn it. Sometimes I just totally biff this. That's funny though. Alright, let's get out. I totally screwed that up. Sorry. Alright, not trace tracker. We already have that running. Now I have 2 running. That's funny. Double launch the EXE. Alright, let's get this guy done, and that guy done, and that guy done. Get these guys gone. Good enough. Alright, let's try that one more time. This time we're going to the global criminal database. Where's that at? I don't see it. Oh, God damn it. Oh, wait, there it is. There it is. It was even green. God, that map. Oh, okay. No wonder this one pays so well. I actually can't do it yet. The elliptic curve encryption cipher is a thing that I don't have the thing to do. I need to do both of these in sequence. So I need to additional, like this is what I'm talking about keys and doors. Like I have the key to that door, but not the other one. How much is that gonna cost me? How much money do I even have? Probably nowhere near enough. Software upgrades. Log deleter, password breaker. God, what was it again? Decipher. That's what it is. Oh, I do have enough for it. There's only 3 levels of it. I barely have enough. All right, let's buy. Yay! How much money? I still got plenty of room left. Okay. Yeah, no problem. All right, but this will increase the time of the hack, so that is something I got to think about. All right, so let's bypass the monitor. And there's a proxy server, but let's get this running. Password breaker. And oh, where is it? Proxy disable. All right, here we go. Go proxy disable. Now I'm starting to run a lot of shit at once, and now it's getting a little bit complicated. But like again, it's basically just kind of managing. Like this is the most decision making you have to do is like what kind of where you're going to dedicate your CPU to. The monitor shouldn't actually detect me at this point, so I can do this basically at my own pace. Now that I have the monitor bypassed. So this should give me all the time I need, otherwise this would be a very, very long hack. As you can see, having additional CPUs is quite good for getting this done. Alright, so... Oh wait, should I have left the... God damn it. I should have left the proxy disable open. I shouldn't have closed it. Shit. Alright. And now I need this guy. Decipher. Go. And this is totally Hollywood hacking right now. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't have to keep the proxy thing open. The thing is, I don't think I have the processing power to keep up with this. Yeah, I don't have enough time. This is never going to work. Alright. Gotta get out. That sucks. So we'll have a few more CPUs before we're ready for that mission. Alright. But, you know, what that actually, you know, hilariously enough, ends up being, basically, is... There it is. What that ends up being, essentially, is, like, there's a leveling system in this game. Like, you wouldn't think it, but there totally is. Like, there's just, like, it serves all the, and now I'm gonna be like, gotta get back soon, gotta get in soon, or they'll get you. No, they won't. I just did the internet. Like, this guy is like my get out of jail free card. Like, they can passive trace me, sure, but like, they'll never get back to here. You know, like they'll never be able to break through the internet. I don't know. Hey, Crimson Eye Dead. Crimson Eye Undead, what's going on, man? I don't know why you keep on telling me that I gotta erase the logs on the server, though. Because, like, it's just... It doesn't matter, I don't think. Yeah, we're doing Games on Friday, Crimson Eye Undead. A game called Uplink, a hacking simulation. Which is kind of interesting all on its own here. But yeah, I think you and I have a very different understanding of this game of Thrill Machine. About, like, what actually is going on when the passive trace is happening. I don't think you actually have to delete the logs on the main computer. I mean, I do, just kind of as a force of habit, but I don't think you actually have to. We need to get some, we need some other missions. Copy important data files. God, now we're gonna have to do some shitty jobs. It's funny because, like, you know, what is the hallmark of a leveling system? Grinding. Guess what we're gonna do? However, at the very least, what this will do is you can say, I want more money, and it'll give me more money just because I have these are shitty missions for me. So let's get a whole bunch of these lined up. What do you mean you can't offer me any money? You're not gonna offer me more money? Are you kidding me? That's a level... It's a level 2 mission. Okay, now he will. So here's how this is... See, here's where simulation breaks, right? Like, we talked about this. We talked about this. Thrill Machine says, you apply the term grinding pretty liberally. No, I don't. I have a very specific definition for grinding. And, like, because colloquially what grinding means is doing something that you don't want to do over and over and over again, and it's, like, just work or just whatever. But, like, my very specific definition for grinding is investing time doing something that you already have mastered for the purposes of extrinsic rewards. In this case, money. So, like, that is what grinding is. I can think of no more useful definition than that. There we are. Let's just do those 3. No problem. Thrill Machine says, at some point, aren't you just playing the game? Well, if that's the case, then there's no such thing as grinding, because you're never not playing the game. You know? Like, if you want to just say that you can always play, like, as long as you're playing the game, you're not grinding. You know, like that. Film Machine says, so Uplink shouldn't have an economy. I don't see the alternative. Well, so let's talk about this real quick. If you are doing a simulator, which Uplink is certainly trying to do, definitely trying to do, then maybe grinding is okay. You know, like if you're like, it's kind of like farming simulator, right? Where if you have to, if it is a game about simulating the work of doing a farm thing, and there's like, you know, like no, you can't really fail at it. You can kind of do poorly at it, sort of. But like, if the game is about doing work, then perfect. It's a perfect simulator of simulating doing work, you know. But you know, maybe you don't want to do that work. That's what I'm saying. So here we are doing a perfect simulator of doing a bunch of drudge work. And all right, cool. Do I want to do drudge work, right? So yeah, again, maybe it makes sense in a simulator. But at the same time, you also get to choose whether or not you're actually playing in a simulator. You know, that's that. Film Machine says, so having said all that, what is the alternative? Well, what I would do is I would make the, like, if I wanted to remove grinding, and this may be, this might be to the detriment of simulation, perhaps. It depends on how you do it. But what you could do is you can make it so that the missions are not like just automatically I'm like what I'm about to do. Like here we go. I'm gonna go to Uninet, and I need to steal 95787. Okay. Where is that? There you are. So yeah. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do everything I did before. I don't even need all my extra software. Like the monitor bypass. I could bypass the monitor, but like, who cares? I don't need to. Bypass crackers, security. Where is it? Password cracker. Just go. Like, there's no possible way that I will fail here unless like I like walk away from the computer, you know? I need 95787. So that's really the heart of specifically the, let's see, there it is. That's the heart of specifically the grinding. That is the cause of grinding. You know, like when you do something that you already know how to do. So what you need to do to not have, if you want to remove grinding, what you need to do is you need to make it so that your success is not guaranteed. You need to throw additional wrinkles in, like make the gameplay a little bit more like, oh shit, I didn't think of that. You know, there you go. Let's let me log deleter out. Sorry, I'll return to chat in just a second. But ultimately, that is the cause. So if you want to get rid of grinding, you need to make it so that success is not just completely guaranteed and a matter of going through the motions. So that said, the reason why I talk about that is because what you need to do is something to counteract that. If you want, like you say, what's the alternative? Well, the alternative involves getting rid of that. It involves having, like, maybe little things happen here and there that you have to react to, and like, oh, I didn't think of that, and like, you know, like, it just, otherwise it becomes routine, you know? Let me catch up in chat here. I agree there's no way you could fail here, but I'm saying what's the alternative? We're getting there. The same thing being having money being a limited resource you have to manage. But the gameplay was like that. Oh shit, I didn't think of that when it came to the criminal database. And I feel like there would be no such progression if you could fail on that first server you ever hatched, even with way better software. I don't think you need a sense of progression. Like, a sense of progression is feeding the... It's kind of like a sense of progression is basically code for I want to improve my performance without actually improving me, the person. That's what that's code for. And then Throw Machine also says, so random events, I thought you didn't like random or the possibility of losing due to randomness. No. Remember, there's a spectrum of randomness. I didn't say that random shit happens and then that causes you to fail. What I mean is random things happen that you need to react to. Like things to break the routine, you know? You need to, like, things that you need to, like, oh, this happened and now I have to deal with that somehow. It's not like, I hacked into the server and I randomly fail, Like, that's not what I mean at all. And Throw Machine says, but you as a player improve. Yeah, to some degree. But, like, how much do you improve? Like, here, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do this mission, So I need to hack into IV dudes. Where are you? Interestingly, I still have the username and password for that. Here's IV. So let's talk about the improvement of the player that you just mentioned. How do I improve at doing this? Here's a password breaker. Like, I can't get better at this. I can maybe make the clicks faster to some degree, but the game's not requiring me to, so I don't need to worry about it. So, like, I got better, but, like, I don't need to get very much better at this point. And in the meantime, the GCD that I just tried to hack into and found out that I just straight up couldn't, it doesn't matter how good of a hacker that I am, quote unquote. It doesn't matter how good of a hacker that I am. I will never be able to do that mission until I get the requisite amount of software and hardware. Like, it's impossible. There's no such thing as skill in that case. And then we'll just go through the motions here. I'm not saying that this sucks necessarily. I'm just calling it what it is. Here we go. And go through the motions of internet, because, like, I don't have to get better at this. This is as good as I will ever be able to be, or at least as meaningfully as good as I will ever be able to be. So, like, my improvements largely don't matter. So they Throw Machine says, well, you can monitor bypass now because you learned about that. True, but I don't need to do that yet, or I don't need to do that on that server. And is that really an improvement on my part, or is that just like, here is another thing you can do, so do it? And you can't do that better or worse. That's not a skill necessarily. That's like, you now know that key is to that door. So yeah, Throw Machine says, someone agreed, except you can, this is in reference to how I can't do the GCD hack right now because of software. Someone agreed, except you can build up a better route to GCD to give you more time as another approach. Sure. Totally agreed. But once you know how to do both of those things, then you're still not improving. Like, if there comes a server where, like, the longest chain in the world won't help me, then I'm still being gated, progression gated by by my gear, more so than my actual quote unquote skill, right? Now, that said, again, it's a simulator. So if it's going to be a simulator of just performing, tasks that I can't really get better at, but just like, steadily improving my my avatar performance rather than my personal performance. If it's a simulator about doing that, then mission succeeded. You know, it's doing what it wanted to do. It's just that, you know, maybe there are other ways we could have done it to also allow the player to have more additional opportunities to improve himself also. It's possible, you know. Film Machine says, so it sounds like you prefer every hack as a chance of failure somehow. If nothing else, I'd prefer, like, some novelty. You know, like something else I had to do of like, you know, like, I don't mind if it's necessarily easy, but if it's repetitive, then I start to get bored, you know? What time we got? I really want to get into one of the cool missions. Or at least one of the storyline missions. You know, like I'm trying to think of, like, can you give me a hand, Film Machine? Like, what's the best way I can get at some of those missions? Because I would really like to get at least that far. Because right now I'm judging the game on like the first few hours, and while I think that I am making valid assessments, there are things that I haven't seen yet, and I can't mention because I haven't done those missions yet. That's a bank. I don't want to hack a bank. I don't have the software or anything. Destroy scientific research. Oh, I might be able to do this. Proxy servers or firewalls. I might be able to do this one. Let's give it a shot. Alright. Let's get rid of that. All backups. And destroy all files you find in their file server? Huh. Alright. Alright. What time we got? Almost 3. Alright, we'll keep on going a little bit. See what we can get done. So we need to get into logic technology. I can totally bounce through there. There you are, logic technology. Alright, what are we looking at here? What keys do I need? Oh, there's a firewall. Can't do it. I don't have the key to that door. You know? How much money have I got? 4,400. How much do I need for that? Firewall bypass. Firewall disable. This action will be detected immediately. Bypass. Oh, okay. So I prefer bypasses over disablers. So yeah. Let's get, oh, I can even get that. How about that? Do I have a proxy disable or bypass? I have a monitor bypass. Alright, never mind. Let's get version 2.0 and try again. Film Machine says that again, you talk about needing different keys, but would you prefer that you have all keys to begin with, or that there are less keys available? Well, to me, it's not about the number of keys. It's about, like, to me, it's an arbitrary limit as to what you can do. Oh, you don't have the key to this door. Okay. And then, like, my progression is getting additional keys. And, like, how long does that go on? When do I get a chance to say, I did that, as opposed to, I had the requisite number of keys to do that? You know, it's like, it's less about what you're doing and more about, like, you know, what gates that you've unlocked up until this point. You know, Because, like, it's not that interesting, ultimately. Like here, I'm going to put on the monitor bypass. And do a firewall bypass. I mean, that's not really that interesting. Oh, this isn't working. This guy might be higher level than what I have. It doesn't matter. I'll get back to you on that film machine. Just a minute. Oh shit. Okay, now he's pissed. We better just get out. I spent too much time dicking around. So let's break that link. We're gonna finish that hack, and then they'll get back to you. Yes. Firewall. I'm also like thinking very hard about your questions, also. So, for what it's worth. All right, here we go. Back to logic technology. Right? Is that the right one? Yes, it is. I had to delete everything on it. All right. So here we go. Firewall bypass. Go. There's a proxy. So we need to get rid of the proxy. Go. And we'll need the password breaker in just a minute as soon as the trace starts. Go. I mean, I'll say this, like it's like these kind of moments are kind of exciting. Need the file deleter. What is this? God damn it. Proxy disabled, needs more power. File server. Come on, get that down. Hit down. I think I have plenty of time though. Failed. Oh, it's too strong. It's too strong. And now I'm like, and this is what I'm talking about, you know? Like I can't do that mission because I didn't buy the right keys. You know, like I need to go and do grunt work some more. It has nothing to do with my skill. It's everything to do with like what keys I have. Like I want to do the cool and interesting stuff as I go, but like I'm locked out of it by the fact that I haven't done like these super easy ones that I'm totally ready for. Like I'm so beyond them. Like I'm already as good at them as I need to be. Like I don't need to do them anymore. Maybe someone else needs more practice, but you can always do these. If you need more practice, you can just keep doing them. Nothing's stopping you. But I'm being stopped from progressing to my skill by not just like, you know, now I have a firewall bypass, now I have a proxy bypass, but now I need like a level 3 proxy bypass. So 1 key became 5 keys, you know, that kind of thing. Anyway, let me go back a little bit. I never did, let's see, you wanted me to read back from Morrowind. Right? Hold on a second. Let me find what you're talking about. Oh, here we go. I never did the story missions very far. It's like how I play Morrowind to Skyrim, just run off and do open world stuff. To me, doing basic internal server junk takes 30 seconds per server, so eventually it becomes a core mechanic of the game, in the same sense strafing in FPS or mining in RTS works. And again, you talk about needing different keys, but would you prefer to have all the keys to begin with or less keys available? I'm going to assume, but you did that meaning that I got the key, by managing resources to get the key, as opposed to me, like when I said that, like it wasn't that I did that, it's that I had the right key. But like money isn't a meaningful resource in this game because there is infinite amount of it available for as long as I want to do grunt work. Like that is ultimately, like managing my money basically just means like I bought things and then like I did more and more and more and more and more and more missions because there's no limit to how many missions you can do. So like it's not a meaningful resource to manage. So that's not really that's not really a strategy thing at all. Like that's just like you did it by playing the game. You did it by jumping through the hoops. And if you enjoy jumping through those hoops, great. It is a simulation. It totally is. But like it just gets down to, you know, how much does the simulation make you just kind of do work for a while, you know? And if you like doing that work, all right. I would prefer to move on to the parts of the simulator that I haven't already completely mastered. You know what I mean? Let's see. There is something else though that I did want to I did kind of want to talk about, and like I don't think we're gonna get to this part in the game because like I'm stuck doing grunt work forever and ever and ever. Let's go to Crystal Corp. Oh wait, no, I don't want to go to. Should I go to Crystal Corp? Because last time I went to Crystal Corp, the server was fucked and it didn't have what I wanted. Where is Crystal Corp anyway? All right, we don't need these two anymore, I don't think. Where's that server? Oh, it's in Alaska. Okay. Wait, really? I mean Crystal Corp Bank? Are you serious? Moon Technology. Or am I working for Crystal Corp? God damn it. Oh, I'm working for Crystal Corp. Again, god damn it. Film Machine. Oh, Film Machine turned green. What do you think of the idea that the grind missions are instead a core mechanic that's become as reflexive as strafing? Strafing is incorporated into a larger strategy that like core mechanics are like this. Okay, there's so much going on in this statement right now. And Not Fisher just no, to me Not Fisher actually is green. So now you both look identical, but it's okay. I can tell the difference between you two. So yeah, like if the game gets more interesting later, then sure these grind missions are, you know, core mechanics. But like in that case, I'm stuck in a tutorial, you know. Basically imagine the first person shooter game where one of the core mechanics is strafing, right? Imagine playing if that game were Uplink, then what would be happening is the game would be like, okay, here's a mission wherein you strafe, all right? Okay, do that 30 times. Have you got strafing down yet? Are you sure? Okay, here's another thing you can do. Do that another 10 times. Keep doing that, you know? What if I already know how to do that? Like, that's kind of how that goes, you know? Throw Machine says, seems that 3 of 5 servers you go into are interesting in the sense of, oh, I didn't expect that happened in GCD, and the last server you just did. But like the I didn't expect that is not something I have to react to. It's like a key I didn't have. Just like, oh, well, shit. Guess I'm gonna go grind some more. We need to get to Moon Technology. I should really be doing these missions. Oh, where is it? Oh, I I can't see it. Moon Technology International Bank. Oh, God damn it, where is it? There it is. There it is. Okay, got it. Like, it's never something that I have to react to. It's always a key I didn't have. You know, and like, you know, okay, here's a brick wall for you right in front of you. All right. Password breaker, go. Yeah, they are second nature. I should just be doing this. We're in Moon, so now we need to get in file server. The problem is I'm so bad at multitasking. I need to copy the file. This is copy, right? I could delete the file and fail. So like, if I'm not paying attention, then I guess that is technically a fail condition that I could fall into. 85. God, where is it? 85267. Oh God, if it's not here, oh, here it is. No, don't copy that. There it is. There, got it. And it's moo data. I do like these little, that the sound plays only when you, the sound plays only when you succeed in the mission, so you don't even have to look into the email. You just automatically get to know whether or not it succeeded or failed. So you can just keep on doing what you're doing and keep on multitasking. I'll get rid of that. Log deleter. Pow. Password. That guy, and that guy. All right. All right. So a Thrill Machine. Regarding the conversation that's happening right now, like the unexpected things that happen, like maybe this will clarify a little bit. The unexpected things that happen so far to me are basically like, oh, don't have key, must leave. It's never something I actually have to react to. It's something I have to like, oh, that was interesting. I gotta, how do I deal with this? I gotta rack my brain and think, what do I do? I'm a hacker. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? No, it's always, I'm a computer hacker and my software isn't good enough. Shit, I'll back out, I'll delete the logs. I'm completely safe still because I can go into the internet and delete the logs, and then I'll grind for some more. Like, I don't really feel like I'm part of that. Like, I'm not doing anything super, it doesn't really require much of me at that point. Like there are moments of that, certainly. I feel like maybe those moments happen too few and far between, though, which is kind of unfortunate, because I think that those are the moments that the game's going for. Certainly. I mean, with the beeps and everything, like, you gotta, like, there are times when things are really nerve-wracking, but, like, you know, when something unexpected happens, it means you should back out and not deal with it at all. Like, it's never a question of, what do I do? No, the answer is always, get out. Password breaker. There we are. Alright, what do I need here? I am an Immutex. I need 38 something. That guy looks promising. I will send you imdata. Get out my log deleter. Admin. There we go. Bam. Bam. Oh, look how many times people have routed through. Is this one of my primary servers? It must have been for a while. Goodbye to those logs. Oh. I just screwed up. Yeah, I screwed up. I need to reload that. Oh, where's the server? Oh, god damn it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I deleted the login, but then left a log out, so obviously it's suspicious. But it doesn't matter. Because as soon as I do this, everything's fine. There. Simple. Okay. Okay, very cool. Oh, by the way, Not Fisher. What Thrill Machine means by system mastery is basically knowing all the rules. Like it's kind of like how if you were to win by system mastery in Dota, it would be because you knew that enemy has. You know that enemy has a stun, but that enemy didn't know that you had an escape. You know, that would be winning by system mastery. Is that right, Thrill Machine? Is that how you usually define that? Let's see here. And what else have I got to do? I can't do that mission. There's 4 missions I just can't do because I don't have the money to buy the software I need. Alright. We'll get some more missions. So what I would say to that though, Thrill Machine, is that the like oh, interesting. I think that you and I have a different, like I thought that maybe this is a different understanding than I had first thought. Thrill Machine says, yeah, learning counters and stuff, especially related to just that system/game. But see, here's the thing, is that I don't disagree with you. I think that being able to put together that character X is a counter to character Y, I think that's totally valid. You know, being able to draw connections between the rules and stuff like that. But you do have to know the rules in order to put that together in the first place. And so just knowing the rules and winning by virtue of knowing more rules than your opponent. See, I don't buy that, because then you're not actually winning by virtue of being a better player. You're winning by virtue of the other guy just not knowing the rules, and you're not even against his full capacity at that point. Let's ask you for more money. Cool. Ask you for more money. Like, it's kind of like if you were playing chess with somebody and he didn't know how the queen moved. Are you even like going against his full mental capacity? Because had he known that the queen could move that way, he totally wouldn't have done what he did. That kind of thing. That doesn't even seem fair. It's not even like a let's see. It doesn't seem like it's a fair match at that point. All right. Let's get these guys done here. Oh, look, I'm working for Steve Jackson Games, lol. Oh, that's funny. We're going to go for selective technology. Bam. Monitor by, no, what is it? Password breaker, that's what I want. But yeah, regarding the overload of stuff to learn in just the rule systems for something like Dota 2, like sure there's a, oh shit, that's a log deleter. Well, sure there is systems Do I need to... Oh, I need to delete it. Never mind. Yeah, there's definitely interesting systems to have, but like, you know, in order to get there, you have to memorize all these rules. Having a large number of rules is a... God damn it, there's the log deleter. Having a large number of rules is something to be avoided if you can. You should have no more rules than you need to in order to express whatever it is that you're trying to express in your game, because it is a burden on people to learn the rules, like having a giant rule book. So it shouldn't be having lots of rules is not a quality of a game. It's something that you need to manage. You know, like how much bang for the buck are you getting with the rule set that you have, if you know what I mean. Little Machine says, I disagree, Sam, because some people take pleasure in lots of fiddly rules. But see, what they want to do is they want to, like, everybody who plays a game wants to win. Like, if there's a victory condition, it's just the natural tendency of human beings, like, according to, like, game theory and mechanism design, it is, like, you can basically kind of, I won't say manipulate people's behavior, but, it is basically, you are, people do their best to try to win. So having a lot of fiddly rules, if somebody's willing to sit down and read all those rules, then that means, oh, ha 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 ha, now I have an advantage over this person. So like, if it's, you know, if someone's put a lot of work into learning the rules, of course he's gonna want to play that game, because not everyone's put in the work that he has, and he has an advantage over them. And if they reduce the number of rules, then they've invalidated some of his work. And like, oh, he didn't have to go through what I had to go through. That's not fair, you know. So like, that's totally how that works. And Throw Machine, like, I don't know, Throw Machine, when you say that some people want to win by knowing and memorizing all those fiddly rules as compared to their opponent, are you just, like, I've never asked someone that, and I doubt that you have. So like, that's kind of weird for you to even state. Like to say that like, I specifically like this game because it has all the fiddly rules. And like, more than likely what it is like, it is a competitive advantage thing, as opposed to, I just happen to like games that have all these. The situation is, the situation is such that like having efficiency of rules is a quality of a game, that like making people read gigantic rule books, like I don't see how you can defend that. Like, why should there be a 1,000,000-page rule book? Why would that be a quality in a game? Some people might like it, but like, it is still kind of bad, isn't it? Where am I going here? I'm going to Resonate Tech. And suddenly we're not talking about Uplink at all. Where is the green server? Where is the green server? Is that it? That's Moon Technology. Where is it? Oh, I'm going to Future Pick. Never mind. I'm sorry. There's Future Pick. Okay, so you have a friend who says he likes fiddly rules. Are you sure he doesn't actually like the competitive advantage that it affords him? Because it totally does. Are you sure about that? Because human beings like to have that competitive advantage, because like human beings like to win. So like, you know, it's people will say all kinds of things. I need to copy 7956 something or other. But human beings are not necessarily to be trusted, you know, to say things that like, you know, like a lot of people say, oh, I like grindy games, you know, like I like Farmville or whatever. Well, I can tell you why. It's the same reason why you like sugary foods that aren't really good for you in large doses. Oh, where's my... How come this isn't working? Why isn't my log deleter working? There we go. There we go. Sorry, I'm trying to also pay attention to chat here as I do these, go through these motions. Oh, shit. Misclicked. Now I have to do it all over again. Admin. Access logs. Get rid of that closed. Okay, that's one I actually care a great deal about screwing up that. So about screwing that up. Okay, so and here we are back at, you know, but some people like it. You know, all right. All right, some people like grindy games. Doesn't make it good for them. It does not make it good for them. What was the file he wanted? He wanted, oh, FUT data. Here we go. All right. Anyway, like, as fascinating as this whole elegance in games thing, games conversation is going, like, I mean, we could, like, this is a whole other conversation that we can get, that we can, ooh, throw machine, be careful. Be careful, throw machine. Just because we don't understand why we like certain things doesn't mean that we will never understand why we like certain things. Anyway, and I think I have a perfectly plausible explanation for you, but that's not even related to. We totally got off topic of Uplink out of this whole thing. I apologize. We need to get back into Uplink. So I want to talk about one last thing about Uplink here, because we're just not going to be able to get into any of these story missions, I don't think. Because we just don't have the money. How much money have we got right now? I got 74,000. Oh, god damn it, Steam. Stop telling me people are playing games right where in the places I want to click. Moon technology. So, eventually, here's something that's going to happen in the game. And what's going to happen is I'm going to get into a... where's my cracker here? There we go. Eventually, we're going to get into a story mission, and like, you know, like a particular, I gotta copy it. A particular company is going to send me a file that he wants me to upload to another computer because it's a virus, and like it's what we're going to call the storyline mission, right? And like, I'm going to have a choice. I'm going to be, because immediately afterwards, what's going to happen is the target company is going to be like, okay, we heard that this is going to happen. Don't worry about how we heard about it. We just know these kinds of things. No, that's good enough. But we aren't even mad, you know, because we're prepared to make you a counteroffer. Don't upload the virus. Instead, send it to us in like a protected format so that we can analyze it and find a cure. Think about the ramifications of what you're doing, you know, and then you get to choose between which one that you want to, like if you want to destroy the thing with the, just destroy the server with the virus, or if you want to send it to the dudes to help them come up with a thing, you know, like to come up with a cure for the virus, right? So you're gonna do that. now let me introduce you to another aspect of the game. And I'm almost hesitant to do this because, like, I can totally just do it right now. But if you hack certain servers, you will get a black screen. If you fail to hack them, you'll get a black screen. It'll be like, Uplink will be like, Uplink has disavowed all knowledge of you and destroyed everything that you own. All your assets and accounts have been terminated everywhere. This is to protect you from going to prison, you know? So we have done this as a favor to you, but now you must start clean with a brand new identity, right? So there's a problem with that, because basically what it is permadeath. Now, I know that people are going to say, oh, permadeath is for some people and it's not for some other people, right? I know people are going to try to put it up to a oh, we need to go get this guy. Moon technology again. Oh, did I already do that? Did I already do that? Did I not send you the file? I think I didn't send you the file. Yep, there it is. Moon data. So, right away, I know that people are going to try to chalk it up to a matter of opinion. But let me tell you why I think it doesn't make sense for permadeath to be a thing in this game. Because there's a set storyline, right? And you're supposed to go through this storyline. But failing at any point sends you to the beginning of the storyline, because you have to start fresh with a brand new identity. But interestingly, if I go and log into this server and you go to the rankings, you can see, like, eventually, like, I'm rank 17. Eventually, I will be able to be in this top 10. And when and if I, like, lose, basically, when and if I lose, my name will still be there. And when I log in with my next account, my name will still be there. I have made a mark on the world, right? Except wait, no I haven't, because then suddenly the storyline missions start all over again. Wait, what? I thought everything was supposed to have happened. But no, you have to do the storyline missions all over again. And so, like, the thing that's going for, the simulation aspect that it's going for, kind of goes away. Like, it's a detriment to the simulation thing it's trying to do, because, like, the new like, you know, here's the news server. It's constantly, like, updating based on the living world, right? But then the living world resets itself when you quote unquote die, right? So I think that's a problem. I think it's a conflict of intent, where they want to give you permadeath, but they also want to have this set in stone storyline, and I don't think that the two work together. Soul Machine says permadeath is a bit more avoidable with the traps you can put external to your gateway. Ooh, let me show you those, because like, if you look at this has security slots. Like, here's there's 2 slots for security. And what you can do with that is you can go like this. You can put in a motion sensor so that if somebody comes up and finds the server, it activates a self-destruct and is like the ultimate fail-safe of, like, you spent 30,000 credits to destroy your computer and, you know, then, like, have to buy a new computer by buying a new gateway. So you can prevent it. You can prevent it. But if you don't, it still doesn't change the fact that the permadeath has now reset the world in the way that the simulation is trying to convince you that it isn't. Because the simulation of this game, like, is crazy, you know? Like, it's totally trying to convince you this is all real. Like, I mean, just for those of you who didn't see this in the beginning, if I start a new user, like, here is my computer running Windows, right? And it's connecting to this other computer. Like, it's pretending this is really, really happening. I'm gonna register as an agent. You know, blah, 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 blah. AAA. And we're in London. So then I disconnected, you know? And now I'm connected to another gateway that from my computer in my physical house, right? And now my computer in my physical house is loading the Uplink operating system. Like, it's totally getting, like, trying to get you that simulation. Like, it's trying to convince you this is all real, right? And like, it does a really great job of that for the most part. Except when you die. Let's go back into here. And die is quote unquote die with like you terminate your account and everything. So like here's how I would fix that though, because I don't think that the simulation aspect is bad. I don't think that simulators are necessarily bad. I think that I think you still have a responsibility to make the simulator interesting, because like, again, it comes down to farming simulator, right? Like, you know, like is driving the tractor down the field, how long does that stay interesting? Probably not all that long. But in the case of having an interesting simulator, if you like, how I would fix the thing I just talked about with Uplink, about how there's that disconnect of the permadeath resetting the world, is I would just not have storyline missions at all. You have to do one of two things. Either you have to remove the storyline missions and just have the world spontaneously generate hacking situations, and like kind of do the Dwarf Fortress thing, where like you kind of get to like watch the world progress, and like if you die, well, okay, it doesn't matter. Like you start a new account, and like the world is exactly where you left it, and now you can continue and see how else the world continues, you know, that kind of thing. So either you do the Dwarf Fortress thing and have everything be procedurally generated, or you go back and say, okay, you can save your game, and if you die, you can go back to your last save. Because it doesn't make sense for you to have to go through all the storyline all over again. So you do one of those two things, but the two of them together, I don't think they mix. What can I buy? Maybe I can actually do some of these other missions now. Let's get software upgrade. Thrill Machine told me about a thing that I definitely need. IP probe. Scans an IP address for security systems, reports back with the types in use. Okay, good. The types in use and their version information. And their status. I don't need their status. Version information is fine. But for another 1,000 I can have the status. I don't even know what that means. But we're gonna do it. Alright. Now we have that. And now what I can do is Logic Technology Internal Services Machine. Let's go find that one. We're going to use the IP probe. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. 791. Oops. Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, okay. I actually have to manually type it in. 791.334.363.25. Go. And I get an email. Monitor level 5, proxy level 3, firewall level 2. Wow. Thrill Machine says Warhammer 40k comes to, or no. People play bad rule sets in droves. Warhammer 40k comes to mind, just horrible, but some people even argue it does a good job of mass battles. Some crazy people, but still. Oh, but see, let me use some of your logic against you, Thrill Machine. What if it's trying to simulate the big massive battle? Because like, think about this. Originally, war games were supposed to be simulations. They were supposed to be like, you know, here's how the battle could go, and like your skill only has so much to do with like the outcome of this battle, and sometimes the dice just, you know, sometimes the dice just fall and you lose, you know. Well, Warhammer 40k is doing exactly what those old war games did, and it's being a quote unquote good battle simulator, probably, You know, like I mean, like you can say that it does a good job at being what it is currently, but like that doesn't necessarily mean it's good. Also, part of it is that there's definitely a culture of I will outmoney you, and now that I have all this investiture in the game, now I have to play this game. Now I have to like this game. That's I think how Warhammer continues to have a player base. It's because like it gets them into this loop of, well, I've already put all this money into it. Oh shit! Now my army sucks because they nerfed it. Now I have to buy more models because I'm already invested into it, and like and they're in that loop. That's how I think that goes. I don't have the money to give a model. Hang on, let me go to this guy. What's my software like? I have monitor bypass level 2. Oh god, this is a fucking annoying server to get into. Alright, now I remember that now I remember how the game always felt grindy to me. It was because like there's all these like high level servers that they give you access to right away for missions, and you had to do all the drudge missions forever and ever and ever to actually have enough. Kaiji, get down from there. He's climbing all over my desk. Phil Machine says, yeah, 40K is the definition of sunk cost fallacy. That's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. There we are. Phil Machine also brings up Android Netrunner, which is a game that I have only recently started to try to play. Yeah, unfortunately, we're just not going to get into any of these servers, I don't think. We can't get into the GDC, the GCD. We can't go to the Game Developers Conference, guys. And we can't get into this guy, so we have to do drudge missions. What time is it? 3:30. We'll keep going. Of course, I don't think I can actually do this. What are the ratings here? 5, 5, 5. I've already done all the easy missions. 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, 5. I can't do any of these missions yet. So what I gotta do, I gotta accelerate time and get some more missions to pop up. Sometimes the missions will actually get taken if you don't take them. Here, I gotta jump on that guy. I want more money. And more drudge work. Here we go. Oh, come on, Thrill Machine. You can't resort to the to like just because you like it. There's reasons why he likes it. Like that's how you shut down conversation, is when you say, "Well, just because you like it." Like he doesn't say. There's obviously reasons why he likes it, and we can discuss those reasons. That's how you talk about game design. God damn it! Where am I going? I'm going to NeoWare. There we go. There we go. And we'll do the thing that we've done a whole bunch of times. I'm not even going to bother putting up my monitor, because who cares? I know they're not going to catch me. What do I need to do? I need to destroy data. 50272. There. View logs. Bam, bam, bam. Like I'm still carrying my my log deleter here. that, that, that. There. Good enough. Yeah, Phil Machine says, what if your criteria are different from mine? What makes your criteria correct? Well, that's what we talk about. You know? Like, the end of the conversation isn't Oro is better than Uplink. No, that's the conclusion of a conversation wherein you talk about the design elements that you know, do one thing or the other. You know, that's like, you know, we're not just saying straight up this game is better than that game. You know, like that's like a launching point basically. You know. Alright. I have to go do another dredge mission here. And we'll accelerate time, see what happens. Oh, what's this? Just got a email. Oh, okay. 1 month went by, so I just rented my computer for 300 credits. I'll keep that email around. Phil Machine says, well, did just literally say Euro games are definitely better than American Dice Fests, or something like that. Well, that's the conclusion, though. That's the conclusion of, like, I mean, like, we can't just, you know, it's a beginning point. You know, like, it's just like, why are they better? Well, we start talking about the criteria. You know, and then if your criteria are different from my criteria, then we discuss the criteria. We don't just say, oh, well, we're different people and call it a day. Like, we can, but that's kind of lazy. You know, I think that you can talk about this kind of stuff, and you know, like, eventually, if it comes down to, like, it's just a fundamental disagreement, like, and no further progress can be made, well, there's something to be said, I suppose. But, you know, like, the American Dice Fests, I mean, like, those are good for randomizing winners, not necessarily showing strategy. Like, you have to declare an artistic intent for all these kinds of things. Let's give me that, and we'll just we're going to PDRnet. So yeah, what I'm saying is that oh, god damn it, where'd my, oh, right, gotta disconnect first. Like, when it comes to displaying strategy, like, if you want a strategy game, and a game wherein people can match wits and efficiently display their strategy, you want as little in the way of that as possible. That's why you don't put, like, you know, pay-to-win microtransactions in front of that, because that is a very clear example of something getting in the way of the, as I multitask, of the strategy. Like, I don't think anybody can really disagree that, you know, adding in pay to win microtransactions, wherein you have to keep on buying something in order to win. Like, I think we can all agree that that is a negative point for a game that wants to display strategy. So from there, you just kind of keep on narrowing down. You know, just keep on saying, like, okay, if your intent is to do this with your system, what are things that you can do in support of that intent? That's basically what I'm getting at. And see, this is, I think, where maybe you and I kind of miss each other, when we're trying to talk to each other, and, like, in some ways, maybe sometimes we talk past each other a little bit. Not to say that's, like, you know, not to be detrimental to either one of us, but, like, you know, like, if the artistic integrity of Dota being Dota, you know, is, like, if that's all you can say about it, is Dota is really good at being Dota, well, okay. Does that necessarily mean that it has value to human beings? Because the third part of the equation, you know, part one is, what is this trying to do? Part two is, how well did it do it? Part three is, does anybody care? Is this good in other people, like, is it satisfying what other people want out of it? You know, that kind of thing. Like, I don't think that, like, there is one game that everybody will like, because there is room for taste in all this. Because part 3 talks about taste. It talks about, like, if you're, like, I'm not saying that everyone loves Zorro, because not everyone wants a strategy like experience. But if you do, Oro does a good job at that. So there's room for subjectivity in tastes of things, while also talking about objectively satisfying individualized tastes. That's, I think, the best way that I can put my philosophy towards art criticism, is that just because I say something is good doesn't mean that everyone will like it. It just means that the people who like the experience it's trying to provide, it's going to be very efficient at delivering that experience for them. Thrill Machine says, but you do tend to want a lot of games to feel / play the same, it feels like. I have my own wants, certainly. You know, like, did I already do this? I did. I certainly have my own wants. I do my best to try to step outside that, to some degree. I'm now untrustworthy. Was I something else before? I think I just gained back some Neuromancer rating. Because, like, personally, the simulator thing is, like, I don't usually do, I can't do fantasy simulators anymore. Like, I don't find them all that fun. But I do think that I can make commentary on the simulator aspect of Uplink. Like, for example, the permadeath thing. You know, like, I think that either have to remove the static storyline or remove permadeath, because they are things that are not serving the main purpose of what this thing seems to want to try to be. And I will say this, when it comes to, like, the missions and, like, the grindiness of the missions eventually, like, how long is a given person gonna keep up with that? Here we go. Let's contact you. We might want to actually have a trace tracker here, just in case. And I'm going to... Oh, this is the IAD. Alright. But yeah, like, how long is it going to be before you... Is it that guy? I think so. Let's put on that monitor, or the monitor bypass. But yeah, how long does grinding these load level trash missions remain interesting? Because, like, I can tell you right now, what's going to happen is, like, if where is it? There it is. I'll tell you right now, if someone, like, loses and, like, gets the permadeath, right? And then they have to do all that grindy work again. Like, what they're not gonna want to. They're gonna get really super frustrated, and they'll be like, "Ugh, I don't want to do this," because they've already done it and they know they can do it. And the reason for that is because, like, there's nothing really more to learn. He needs to get certified systems engineer. There. Is that what you wanted? Good. So the reason why they're not going to want to do it is because they've already done it before, and it's like the repetition is... Oh shit! I just screwed it up already. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll just go to the internet. I don't know why I ever worry about deleting those logs, because it just doesn't matter. They've already done it. The novelty has worn off, and they don't want to do it anymore. There you go. So there you go. Like, this is so that's what I hope I can do with like game design commentary, is like be able to step outside of something that I personally would like and be able to comment on, like, well, it's trying to do this, and this is, you know, what it could do. Yeah, we can see you, Knock Fisher. We got you. Looks like your phone is having some difficulties. Let's see here. Oh, and now I'm back to Notorious. Okay, so doing that is bad. I can't help people. I have to attack corporations, and that pays not as much. And yeah, that sucks. Like if I want to be a good guy, I have to grind more. Is kind of the idea. Film Machine says another consideration, Sam, is life of the game. Generally, I think that like hopefully you want your game to last a long time, or at least continue to be recommended. Like I mean, like a movie only goes on for like an hour and a half, you know, like. So obviously a movie doesn't go on forever, but you know, like hopefully your game holds up and continues to be recommended for decades or centuries, you know, like in the case of things like Go and chess. Like those are the like two really big examples of highly successful games. Then again, what games surrounded them at the time that we have never heard of, we'll never know. So anyway, I think this game can't decide whether or not it wants to be a consumable game or a continue to play me for a long time game. Because like I think that this game with Dwarf Fortress world generation and event generation would be amazing. Like, you know how long that would remain relevant to your life? Like I still play Dwarf Fortress you know, here and there, and like it's super interesting every single time I do. So yeah, like I think that like if they want to simulate the world, simulate a Dwarf Fortress world. I know that's hard, but you gotta do it because we already have Dwarf Fortress. Guess what? So yeah, and that's again that approach to art criticism. Oops, that's not the where I want to go. Should I die, guys? Should I purposefully die in the last 15 minutes? I almost feel like I don't want to, because then I would have to grind a whole bunch. What I should do, I should like copy my save file. Or I know what I'll do. Hang on, let's log out. We'll go get this guy, and then this is like the brand new guy. So this is what this looks like, by the way. So let's hack a bank. There we go. Oh wait, shit! I don't have a password breaker yet. Hold on. We have to have some way to piss him off. Software upgrades. Password breaker. Purchase. All right. Let's go to that bank. Film Machine says, I think the problem with your criteria is built to highlight the games you like as opposed to objectively find what is a good game, thereby going by the fallacy of the game you like retroactive criteria. I mean, it's fair for you to say that, but I'm going to tell you why I don't think that is the case. Here we go. Oh, weird. It didn't even work. Oh, it's just not letting me. Why isn't it letting me hack? Why isn't it letting me hack? Oh well. It's kind of like how we don't write in the way that Shakespeare wrote anymore. Part of that was writing to an audience, but it's also extremely verbose and goes on for a long, long time. Shakespeare once said, brevity is the soul of wit. I'm not so sure how much he believed himself, though. Because things go on and on and on and on and on. But like, I think that as we have continued to write things, we have discovered better ways and more effective ways to write things for audiences, which makes those things that we write today maybe better than the things that we, like even the classics that we wrote back in the day. Not everything, obviously, because it still takes a good writer to write those things. But like, as we continue to like develop techniques for artistic expression, there's no reason to repeat the things that we did that was maybe not so good in the past. So, for you to say that we have like a retroactive, god damn it, I want to try to hack somebody. Oh, I should hack Arc. Arc Internal Services. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, password breaker. Go. Oh, never mind. What was I saying? Yeah, there's no reason for us to do things that like we resorted to it back in the day. Like, in terms of strategy games, we should probably be referring less to dice, because dice is almost by default a mitigation of strategy, because like sometimes like in the same situation, sometimes your strategy will work and sometimes it won't. You know, like we did it in the past, but you know, as we continue to develop philosophy of game design, I don't think we need to do that anymore. And Film Machine, no, you're taking it too far, Film Machine. You're taking it too far. I didn't say that I'm talking about objectively good games, like, because games is too broad a category. I think you can, but I think you can talk. I think you can state objective criteria, and then see how much it fulfills that. Because like, what works for Uplink doesn't work for Oro. I understand that. I understand that we need to, that we like if that Oro is being not a simulation and Uplink is definitely trying to be a simulation. Why can't I lose? Why can't I? Here, hang on. Let's hack this bank. Son of a bitch, hold on. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. But like, I think you can establish like criteria for what makes a good this kind of game and what kind of good that kind of game. You know, sort of that sort of stuff. Oh, Thrill Machine. Okay, I see the like, it's a vocabulary problem. This is a vocabulary problem, guys. Because when Thrill Machine says knowing a system, he means knowing how the system interacts. When Notfisher and I talk about knowing a system, we are talking about how a system, what a system even is in the first place. Let's do this. 1.5. Oh, hang on. So it's a vocabulary problem. Guys, why can't I lose? Hang on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Black screen. We have recently been informed by a large corporation that you have been caught hacking into one of their primary computer systems. As such, we have been forced to disavow all knowledge of your actions and strike you off the active agents list. Your gateway and accounts have already been seized. Let this be a warning to be more careful next time. So yeah, this is the permadeath game, or this is the permadeath screen. This is the permadeath screen. Film Machine says, well, saying that, Sam, how do you find Uplink as a Hollywood hacking simulation game, besides the permadeath issue? That's about as much as I could say about it right now, because I think that like, it's definitely atmospheric, and it kind of captures a little bit like what you would do. I do think that regardless of being a Hollywood hacking simulation or not, I think that the keys and doors problem makes the game less interesting than it could be. Like, it is kind of interesting to eventually get enough money to buy all the different keys and doors and everything like that. But ultimately, that only remains interesting so long, and like you have to kind of rely more on the issues of like the random event generation, stuff like that, to keep things interesting. So like I think that the act of hacking could be made a little bit more like engaging and different and interesting and procedural, as opposed to just going through the motions. Because at that point, like you could just program a bot to hack in the way that you do, and then at this point you're just kind of like watching to see where the world goes. You may as well take the game out at that point after you've mastered that part of the game, because at that point you're just meaninglessly clicking, and you might find the event generation of the world a little bit more interesting than the actual act of hacking itself. Film Machine says, but don't you find keys and doors is a good demo of whitewashed hacking? You find a wall and you find a way to circumvent it? Well, it is a good demo of whitewashed hacking, yes. But what makes hacker movies interesting? What makes hackers interesting? It's the oh shit moments. This is really super risky all the time. Like when things aren't exciting when they're not risky. So I think that the game needs to find a way to inject more risk into the game more often, so that you can feel those moments with a lot more density, because that's what makes it really like, wow, cool, Like the mechanic to hire junior hackers, you can target internal services, so you don't have to mess with it. That maybe that would help alleviate it. It's kind of a like the system remains mostly what it is, but so I don't know if I want to say a bad-aid solution, but like it's something you could do. So Machine says, I think you had a lot of oh shit moments, Sam, but there certainly were enough tense areas. There was like 2, maybe 3, and then like eventually the oh shit moments started to like degrade into, oh shit, I don't have what I need. Disconnect, go back to the, because if I don't have what I need, I just gotta disconnect, go back to the internet, delete my log, and it's not risky anymore. It's totally not risky. Like the oh shit comes from risk, and I mitigated all risk in the game. So I actively as a player go out of my way to prevent risky situations, because that's what I do as a player. That's what I should be. That's what the designer should expect me to do. So the designer also needs to put in things to re-inject risk back into the game, despite how hard I'm fighting the risk. So yes, I think that I think that's kind of all I can say about this, really, all things considered. So I think I'm gonna call it there. I do want to thank everybody for stopping by on this Game Design Friday. This is a super interesting game. I just feel like it has maybe a little bit of wasted potential, and maybe didn't know what it could have done because Dwarf Fortress wasn't like really on the map at that point. Then again, the creators of this game were inspired by Dwarf Fortress when they made their next game, which is Prison Architect, so take that for what it's worth. Anyway, I'm out for the day. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you haven't already, do give the channel a follow, and check out my game design blog at theluddite.com, TheLudite.com. Link available in the channel description down below. I think most of you have pretty much already discovered that blog, but just in case, definitely check that out. We'll be back on Monday with your regularly scheduled programming. Any idea on next Friday's game? Not yet. I'm open to suggestion, but I also have a few games I could throw in if not. So, thank you so much for stopping by, everybody. And all out there out in Twitch land, have the best of days.